We're here for season 7, episode 4 with Nasty Neph. How's it going, man?
Was goody.
Hey, so can you give some background information about yourself and your hometown?
Well, I'm from New Britain, Connecticut.
Yep.
I've been making music since I can remember. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From sports and shit. Like I played sports. You know, everybody plays local sports and shit like that. But I've always just played like one game of basketball, went back home, and just always made music. You know what I'm saying? So that's what people know me as back home. So
Word. So how did music actually come into your life?
like I said, I just always made it. Like my uncle. I have one uncle and I got 4 aunts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 3 aunts and my mom. You know what I'm saying? So he was always like the tough guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you'd be rapping in the mirror and shit like that. So when I was young, we would be like always rapping. You know what I'm saying? He'd always be putting me on like Eminem, DMX, G Unit, Pac. He didn't really put me on big like that, but
Yeah.
I was like getting force fed shit at like 8 years old. You know what I'm
Learning
saying?
just
Yeah.
constantly. That's dope. So who would be your biggest influence for your sound out of all of them?
My sound now, because my sound probably evolved. My bad,
Yeah.
I'm moving away. My
No
sound
worries.
probably evolved so much, but in the beginning, Nas, that's where the nasty from comes from.
Okay,
Nasty
yep.
Neph. So Nas, Lil Wayne, I feel like was a big factor in all of our listening. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like Lil Wayne, Future, Thug.
Thug is revolutionary.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Thug is in everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody has a little bit of that flavor in them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Any others, or is Thug the last one?
I mean, I like lyricism too. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's
And you can hear that in your songs
yeah,
too.
yeah.
That's dope, bro. So what about the origins of Platt? Where did that come from?
Well, that was like us in New Britain. Like you got your clique with your boys and shit, and
Yeah.
that's just what we did. Was always plat. You know what I'm saying? It was just platinum, best. You know what I'm saying? The best, no matter what. And before I did drop the first plat mixtape, I thought of like the phrase. Well, I wanted to make plat an acronym. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So I did positive living, always trapping, and it was just in the air for a little while. I really wanted to put it on a shirt, but then I just named like. To me, it's an album. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't care what it is to anybody else, but to me, that's
Your first album.
yeah, that's my personal work that I really put my all into. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that came. You know what I'm saying? But Platt was around, like they were doing that before I was involved. You make new friends and shit like that. But yeah, it's
It's a
really
hometown
friends.
thing,
Yeah, just
yeah.
homies. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Interesting. Where do you go to record your tracks?
I recently. Like in the past year, we built a studio in New Britain.
Word.
Platt Life Studios. Yeah,
Bro, that's
need
dope.
y'all to come through sometime.
Yeah,
you know
bro,
what I'm saying?
definitely.
Check it out. But yeah, I started recording there. We got our own engineer, and it's a dope spot. But I've always recorded myself since
The beginning.
I made music. Like
Yeah.
I went got a karaoke mic from fucking Radio Shack, and plugged it right in the back of the tower. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I used it as like I did it in reverse, where it's like it's not an in, it's like an out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like recording in the computer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just always learned how to do it myself, and then
You
I
weren't
started
gonna
getting
wait.
nice. Nah, I didn't really even think about going to record with somebody. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I just didn't think about it. I was just like, I want to make music, but I always knew. I know how to do like graphic design and shit like that. So I knew
really?
how to mess with computers already. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah.
Talk about that a little bit more. You're into
Well, I went
graphic
to
design?
college for that in D.C.
Word.
Yeah, so I was living in D.C. for like 3 years and met some people out there. I stopped even telling people I made music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I started trying to do something different with my life, and then sometimes you just run back to shit and you're like, this is who I am. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like I tried this, it ain't work. Now I'm gonna go do what I always know how to do,
Yeah.
but better. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
Like a hiatus, making you a better
but anyway,
person.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No
But
worries.
the DC thing, yeah, I just school was dope. Like I know how to draw and everything, so
Yeah.
I've always been an artist all around. You know what I mean?
So did you do the all the artwork covers for your past 3 projects?
Yeah, I do all my
That's dope,
artwork,
bro.
like, cause people do shit, but they don't really get your vision. You know what I'm saying? But
only you can get your
yeah,
vision
yeah.
the way you want
But
it.
my next one, I really want some like cartoon type style shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
make myself like a cartoon, but like dope,
Yeah.
not no
Like your
regular.
version of a
Yeah,
cartoon.
yeah. I have an idea of what I want it to be, but
Mhm.
yeah, it'll be dope.
That's sick, bro.
Yeah.
So who's your go-to producer?
Again, like I just started working with the producer we have now. He's our engineer, like full time. Like his name's Prestige,
Okay.
and
yep.
it was like the whole past year is like learning to bond with somebody because I've never worked with a producer. So like I'm always at home, like I have full control over my shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So now it's like I'm working with a lot more people. So it's like I have to learn to, like, if I want to go, if I get a call from somebody big like a producer, I got to go to that studio and be able to work with them and not be like, I don't like this, I don't like that, like
Yeah.
being picky and shit. Like now I'm learning to work with what's in front of me, and Prestige, we working hard on that. But Shump, I grew up with Shump.
Shout out
Yeah,
Shump.
yeah, I grew up with him. And at that, we was rocking together when I was ass and when he was just started making beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we really seen each other's craft like from nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the story.
Both on the come up.
Yeah, both of us. Yeah,
That's sweet.
but like we're boys.
Yeah.
No, like even when I wasn't making music, like it was like
It's all love.
it was a love and hate thing for me with the music shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now I'm like fully in it.
It's perfect timing.
Yeah.
So what about this evolution of your music? What's different from the very beginning to where you are now?
Well, in the beginning, like I never promoted myself. Like now, like is a totally different me from the last time. Like I was messing with this group called the Autobots, and it was like 2007,
Yeah.
and I was like, no, I'm lying. It was like 2008, 2009, and I was like 17. You know, I'm 27 now. That was 10 years ago. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? And I was in the clubs and shit, and doing everything that is happening now. So this is kind of like I was in the back seat before. Anyway, the music,
Yeah.
but we was real hip hop. Like again, like I was around OG cats because I was working I did mad damn shit. My dad owned a barbershop, so
Okay.
I was sweeping hair all the time, and
Yeah.
I was around old heads all the time. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, I don't like. That's when Drake was popping, and it was like, oh, I don't like this shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I knew I fucked with it, but I wanted to show all these other cats that I had bars. You know what I'm saying? So I was like the young cat that was really on the hip hop shit. You know what I mean? Like going crazy. But now that was before DC, and then when I moved back,
Yep.
I just felt like I wanted to do what I love. Because before it was like, all right, you're rapping, you nice. You know what I'm saying? But like shit different now. You want to go get that audience or you want this audience. So
Yeah.
that's really what made me decide to change my music a little bit. Not change, but evolve it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But
Have it go from one stage to the
yeah,
next.
because
There's
I've
levels
always
to it.
liked like melodies and shit. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I've always been good at that, but I never was like
Let me
making that
put it
type
out
of
there.
music. Yeah. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Bro. What is the biggest difference? Just asked that, but what are your plans to work with anybody else in Connecticut?
yeah,
Outside
of
New
course. I
Britain?
feel like more people are working together now. There's
Yeah.
a few cats in Hartford I'd work with. There's a few. There's artists that I have connections with. You know what I'm saying? That we talk.
Yeah.
Where it's more or less like I want to know people. Like you see everywhere else, like these cats know each other. Like they already homeboys. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to
Yeah.
be no fake shit where it's like, oh, let's just make music. You know what I'm saying? Like.
You want to build a relationship.
Yeah, I'm trying to
off.
build. Like that's really what it's about. I feel. You know what I mean? And then once you get that connection, that's where the network begins. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And but realistically, like it ain't nothing against nobody. But I'm trying to get my ass out of here. You know what I'm saying? We can do this all day. You know what I'm saying? But
Your plan is to get out.
yeah, there's a bigger game than there's a bigger game. There's really a bigger game than this. You know what I'm saying? And That's really my mentality on it.
Where would you go? Where would you want to go?
Realistically, if me and my people had it my way, it would be overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, that's interesting.
state to state, like it's cool. You know what I mean? But the game is so huge that like I said about audience, you want this audience or you want that audience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, man. I just got a whole different mentality on it. Like, you ain't got to be the illest nigga to put the hottest song out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came from the lyricism shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. It's a big game, like on how like where you want to funnel your music and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
definitely like we're planning on pushing that shit overseas. Like, we just got to figure it out. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's really it. Just
What would
figuring
be
it
your
out.
favorite country to play at?
Not any countries that are hot, like that have a lot of traffic. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing a lot of, you know, the dude Gary, the dude that he has like a lot of, I forget, Gary V.
Yeah, Gary Vaynerchuk. Yeah.
I be paying attention to a lot of shit that he be talking about to rappers. He talks to rappers. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And for one, like he knows what audience he's getting. He's touching all of us. I ain't hear about Gary V before he was interviewing rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but
He knew what to
he
tap
know,
into.
yeah, exact. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you
Yeah.
got to know where to tap into. So, I'm Spanish. You know what I'm saying? I'll go to these Latin countries. You know what I'm saying? That's really
Okay,
probably
yeah.
what I do,
And
realistically.
that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm an English artist. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I'm not fluent in Spanish. I'm 100% Puerto Rican, but I'm not
Yeah.
fluent. You know,
Not like you can just.
I
sing.
can't make a whole song
Yeah.
singing
And
in
have
Spanish
it rhyme and everything.
and make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely out of CT.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting. What would you say is your favorite video that you shot?
the one recently, well, having fun wise and then quality wise.
Yeah. Let's separate the two.
Yeah, like quality wise, like the I Love It song that I just put out in Puerto
Yeah.
Rico. Yeah, that shit was.
Fire.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it like every video like just tops the last one. But the No Secret one, actually the one with Young Tory was pretty fun to do. He was like, he came all the way from Canada. You know what I'm saying? Well, I think he was already in the States, but I'm not too sure.
But like he's originally from Canada.
Yeah, he's from Canada and he's like an OTF artist.
Word.
Yeah. So, but that video was pretty. That was my first video with a feature artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, well, with a bigger artist.
Just knowing that, like, all right, this is real.
Yeah,
right
this
now.
is like Showtime business. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I don't know. Every video that I had was there's something to remember about it. You know, you just moments. You know what I'm saying? But
Do you have any favorite moments?
oh my god. So we had a prop gun in a video,
Yep.
and with the No Secret shit, I had the prop gun, and then nigga, I let the shit off by accident, and then everybody was like stiff as hell, and you make a mistake or something, you start laughing and shit. I was dying laughing, like, oh my god. But I threw the shit out the window, and niggas was laughing at me like, yo, why you threw that shit out the window? I was like, this shit hot, like, I don't know, but it was just funny as hell. Like,
Yeah.
there's times where I be making like clumsy ass mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my god, it happens to me all the time. The first
I'm
time I
clumsy
met
too, man. It's
First
okay.
time I met Craig G from 937,
Yeah.
I kicked his drink on his foot and like his whole bag. You know what I'm saying? So it just happens to me. So I'd just be like, this shit again. You know?
Like,
I
sorry,
just
bro.
be clumsy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn, bro.
Sometimes.
So you were talking about another project. Are we getting it? Is there anything we can know about it?
Another project, you said?
Yeah.
My bad. I was just thinking about that Craig G shit. No, I'm doing Plat 3 this summer. Like
Word,
last summer, I
okay.
did Plat 2, and then
Yep.
the summer before that, I did that. So
And will that be an album too?
yeah, that's what I want. Like that shit's pretty much done. That shit's done. But
Do you have a pre-release single that you're gonna put out there?
I don't know. I really don't know. I probably just release music around it. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to releasing something on it. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to come at it a little different now.
Interesting.
Yeah, like, no, you don't hear none of it. You know what I'm saying? And But now it's like I'm adding. I haven't even picked the list yet or made the cover or anything, but I know it's done. It's just
You have to
I
pick
got
through
mad
the
songs. Like I
Yeah.
just got to pick them. You know what I mean?
You
Like,
got the vault, and you just gotta
yeah,
look through them.
I just pick them. So that's really what I want. Like I could drop a few small projects if I wanted. You know what I'm saying? But
And how do you go through that process?
it's really me and my team. We like when I was recording myself, like I would just make a song and then put it out
Yeah.
because I'd make the cover and do everything myself. You know what I'm saying? So there was times where I'm like putting out 5 songs a week, and like people were like, "Damn," but they weren't what I'm on now. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like it was just I was just messing with the sound, and now it's like, all right, I got this shit. But yeah, end of June, July.
Just summertime.
Yeah, just summertime because I did that the past 2 years now.
Got some summer bops on there.
And I feel a certain way about this because I heard about Lil Durk on Sign of the Streets 3. That's when I really started listening to Lil Durk. So I don't know. It's a trilogy for me. I always have, I forget the word, superstitious thoughts about things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You try to like make things coincidental.
Yeah,
and line
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm like that too. I feel like
A lot of my music, like I hear it and then like shit is manifests. You know what I'm saying?
especially when you listen to it over and over and over again, repeating that message that you want out there.
That's probably exactly what it is. Yeah.
Just a repetition, man. What's your favorite song that you ever released that's not out yet?
It's probably every new song that I make.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like, but the songs that are my favorite are the ones that I could like. I don't know about anybody else. Niggas be making mumbo jumbo music, but I make music that you could cry to if you in that mood. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of music that I love. You know what I mean? Like, of mine, where it's like, I impress myself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like damn, like, you
Like-
nice. You know what I'm saying?
When you can like re-listen to something that you have and you're like, damn, that was me.
That's
when you know
that
you
type
did
of shit. Like, I like really laying down and like listening to my music, and then like, you know, you're like almost asleep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I
In that different type of mind
yeah,
state.
it's a whole nother mindset where I'm trying to listen like somebody else. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to me just listening to my own shit. I don't know. I study my own shit a lot.
That's good though. It's like I always make this analogy, but it's like Jordan in the gym. He's just gonna keep on making free throws.
Yeah.
That's what you
That's
got to
it.
do mentally. When if you're a rapper, that's like the big thing that you got to do. Like you got to watch the film. You got to do everything.
Yeah.
My favorite song of yours that I heard was actually Irrelevant.
Yeah, a lot of people.
That song was fire, bro.
Look.
Yeah, no. My next question for you though is, where do you see yourself in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years?
Shit could change so fast. That's what I learned about life. Like, shit could change fast. So I really, 5 years, we better be where we want to be. You know what I'm saying? Or somewhere around it. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I'm 27. You know what I mean? Like, I have to kick it in full gear right now. Like, I don't know about nobody else. But
5 years and you're in
yeah,
your 30s.
like, I have to. That's where it has to be. Like, realistically, like, 5 years ago, I was making music in my room. Now, 5 years later, have some people around me that are pushing me, you know what I'm saying, and a real team.
They believe in you.
Yeah, like everything. So it's just really in a year. You have to speak it to believe it. We got to be on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just. We be thinking in 3 months increments. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need. It's just. Breaking down a year, you know what I'm saying? Like
Smaller goals.
Yeah. And then you get there. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to really put it into words with what you want. You know what I'm saying? But like
especially like 10 years.
Like I said, like shit could change. And what I want today might be different from a year from now. You know what I'm saying? So
then 5 years.
Yeah, that's just how I think about it.
You're living in the now.
Yeah.
In the near future. I like that. So are there any more shout outs you want to give before we end tonight's episode?
Man, shout out to all my people that's working with me because they know since we started this shit, it ain't a walk in the park. It's fun. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But like, really, like, blood, sweat, and tears. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we gonna do this. Yo, I believe in you. Like, conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody that hears me talking about this, like, that's who I want to shout out. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that's riding with me. You know what I'm saying? So,
The true friends and fans.
yeah.
Fuck with that, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on. This ends
Yes, sir.
season 7, episode 4.